Happy 2026. Guys, you will see that I've upgraded my lens. So in this video, come have lunch with me in China. It's now 3 p.m. and we're gonna go eat Beijing Kaoya, which is Beijing Roast Duck, just around the corner from my house. And they know me at this restaurant. I actually asked them last time I was there if I can shoot a video in there and just catch up with you guys. So we are en route. I actually bought this jacket on Taobao, and Taobao, interesting. I made a few videos, short videos about this, and basically I think that the quality on Taobao's not that good, but the price is just like amazing. So this is like a long jacket because like it's just so cold here. I keep getting sick, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah, I'm kind of recovering, and I am usually wearing a mask now, which is obviously not very common when we're in Australia, but at all, but just because of the coldness. But today it's quite sunny, and I just thought we'd go for a walk and have a chit chat. Okay, so what have I been up to? So work is pretty light on at the moment. I work, oh, the lighting. I only work a few hours at night teaching, so like I have quite a lot of time to explore in that. So I have been traveling quite a bit, and right now we're crossing the road. In China you don't need to press a button, you just wait, but crossing the road here can be quite hectic. Let me flip you around. So if we have a look at crossing the road, so basically when you see the green light, you definitely need to look left, but then also right, because then it seems like even though the traffic lights are red here, bikes can still go. So that's interesting in itself. But anyway, okay, so what restaurant are we going to? We're going to Da Ya Li, which is like apparently a chain restaurant, and it's literally just like 1 minute from my house. And I've got a meeting online at 3 p.m. So we'll do the meeting in the restaurant because such good vibes in there. And there's a coffee shop. There's Luckin Coffee and Cotta Coffee? No. Costa Coffee? No. Cotti Coffee. I was thinking of it in Chinese. Cotti Coffee right next door. So we can go to a coffee afterwards if we need. Okay, so life in Beijing, how am I tracking? So I would say, I've mentioned it in quite a few different videos, there's quite a lot of friction in like everyday interactions, but 可是我觉得我的中文越来越比较快. So I think my Chinese is improving quite quickly, which is really helpful. And now I'm really effectively able to navigate all of the different Chinese apps and that. So I think, yeah, if you guys have any questions on how to travel China and that, probably my opinion is traveling in the major cities, the tourist destinations, if you have a plan, is quite easy. But traveling or like living here, if you can't speak Chinese, I just feel like you wouldn't get the right experience. So that's why I'm like super set on like improving my Chinese. So you'll see when we walk into the restaurant, I'll just say Yiwei, which is like one person, and then you don't really need to say much else, like 你可以说 I want to look at the menu, but it just depends. They're really nice in here, so it won't be an issue. Okay, I'm arriving now. I actually did think, because it's 3 p.m, like, is it too late to eat? Is this place open all the time? I don't know. Anyway, let's hope. Okay, we're here. Okay, opening the doors. Ni hao, Yiwei. 是的，谢谢. That means one person. If you can't speak Chinese, you can just put your hand up.
一位的话，那坐这儿行吗？我搜一下台。
在这儿我可以
那个有
坐。
点冷。
有点冷。
对，这边的话暖和一些，因为那边总开门嘛，有点凉。
可以啊，可以啊，谢谢。Okay, so if you could hear her, she was basically just saying that it's a little bit cold in the other section, so I can sit here, but because I have the meeting, I was kind of wanting to sit over there. 等一下。好的，谢谢。你好。谢谢。Okay, let's talk about the price of feeding yourself in China. So if you get a half Beijing roast duck, it's 108 kwai, which is 20 Australian dollars. Let me do the actual conversion. 等一下. 23 Australian dollars for lunch. That's like really expensive here. Usually I would pay like 30 kwai or something, but we love Beijing Kaoya, so it's all good. Do you think I should order anything else? Let's have a look. I think we kind of just go with the Beijing Kaoya, to be honest. And then they've already given me hot water. So an interesting distinction is in China, people don't drink cold water. And so it's so funny because like you really get accustomed to only drinking hot water. Like actually at home in my fridge, I have bottles in the fridge, but then I turned my fridge off yesterday because I was like, I don't want to drink cold water anymore. Okay, we'll just have Beijing Kaoya, Beijing Roast Duck, I think. I was half thinking I should get some like vegetables, but I don't know what to order. Another difference in China when you're ready to order is that you basically just like shout out or you put your hand up, whereas like obviously in Australian culture that would be really rude. So I'm still getting comfortable with doing that. Like I could get cabbage, but that's so boring. Let's just go with the Beijing Kaoya for now. I think I'm such an Australian, I still sit here and wait for them to come to me. Do I shout out? Do you think I should shout out? Maybe I will. This is an interesting way to practice your Chinese, right? Like, say if I wanted to shout out, I would just say ni hao, or I would say menu if it's a young girl. Okay, I need to order because I need to join this meeting. Okay, I'm still waiting. I should probably say something now. Don't you think? Just coming closer. Maybe I should say something now. No. Ni hao. 没事 shout it out, go me. 就北京烤鸭半只。还有什么？就这个，谢谢。就要这个是吧？谢谢。So when she said 只要这个, it's like, do you just want this? So this is like survival Chinese, right? If you don't know how to say a lot of foods, which I don't yet, you can just like point at the menu, and usually you can just scan the QR code too. Okay, so they do have a QR code. So I could have just scanned the QR code. If you use WeChat, you can translate the whole menu too. So, alright, I'm gonna join my meeting, and if the food comes, okay, so I've got some time. If the food comes before, I'll talk to you guys while I'm eating. Basically the skin you dip in this, and then I'm just gonna make the Beijing Kaoya while I'm in this meeting. Finished. My Beijing Kaoya is here, as you would have seen, so I need to eat quickly because I'm the only person in this restaurant now, and I feel like they want to rest, but they're actually really, really friendly here, so I don't feel uncomfortable in any capacity. Also, while I was in the meeting, there was this lady like yelling at them, and I was like, what is she saying? I took one of my AirPods out. I was trying to understand, but I couldn't understand. So anyway, okay, so I guess like the lessons from this video are, if you want to travel to China to eat at a restaurant, sometimes it can be difficult if you don't speak any Chinese. But if you scan the QR code on WeChat, it just makes the ordering process so much easier. And I do find it mixed here in terms of how friendly people are. So like, I went to this Michelin star jiaozi dumpling restaurant the other day, and I just don't think they weren't that friendly. She helped me because I couldn't pay. They don't accept foreign cards. But then, say this restaurant, they know me now. They're so friendly, and I just come here for the vibe. Like, look at the vibe. Tell me it's not cool here. And like I just sat here for a while doing my meeting, 40 minutes, and there's no one else here, but I just feel so comfortable here. So I'll forever come back to this Da Yali. Very interesting also, I was looking while I was in this meeting. I promise I was focusing. So basically in China, it's quite common to have like private dining rooms, right? Which is different because in Australia we just would want, like say you were dining with a lot of people, you kind of want to be in the restaurant because that's where the vibe is. Not here though. So yeah, that's about ordering. Let's talk about ordering coffee. In terms of coffee shops here, you've got Luckin Coffee, which I think just launched in the US. It's called Ruxin Coffee in Chinese cafe. And those coffee shops, they're so busy with orders that it's actually just so much easier to order on their app. So personally I use Luckin Coffee on Alipay, Bao, but I also know that like if you just stick in the WeChat environment, it's probably easier because it's all in. You can translate it all. In terms of coffee quality, the coffee is not as good as Australia. Like the other day I had this coffee from this place. It had a percentage sign. I think it's called Arabica or something. It was so good, but it was so expensive. But like the Luckin coffee is like 18 kwai, which is like $2.37. I don't know why I know that. Let's talk about how to find a restaurant. I'm still getting the hang of this. Let me finish eating. Using Apple Maps or Google TripAdvisor is just not the vibe. What you want to do, you want to use DN Ping, but I find the DN Ping that through the WeChat mini program is no good. So you want to use the app DN Ping. You can change it to English too. The app, like when it changes to English, is a bit like not that good, but it's like that's the best way. So basically, you go on DN Ping and that's how you find restaurants in China. I have heard also that a map, not Apple Maps, it's other map platform called A Map or Baidu Maps is quite good. So I haven't tried those though, so not recommending those. Yeah, and then I just made a short about how to wait in a line in China because like if it's highly rated, you're more than likely at peak times to have to wait in a line. Basically, you scan the QR code, you can go to my short, I'll link it in the description, but you can go to my short and watch that because it's not that obvious. Like to foreigners, we would always just be like booking a table on the website, but like that just doesn't exist here. Now let's talk about my future plans. So at the moment I'm working on the weekends, but I have Wednesday and Thursday off. So this Wednesday and Thursday I'm going skiing. Let's talk about how to book trains in China. So very different to the Western world where here it's very convenient to travel by the high-speed rail. So for example, my high-speed train, which is like pretty far away, for an hour cost me like 30 Australian dollars. So that will get me to the snow district. How to book the train, use Alipay, use trip.com within Alipay. There's a small transaction fee, but it's so worth it. I haven't tried the local app. I think it's called like 1306, but I haven't tried it yet. So once I try it, I'll let you guys know if it's worth it or not. They're like packing up, but like they don't care. They know that I create videos here, so it's fine. Okay, so that's a small like crash course into China. I think I've been like yapping on for way too long now, but life is good. I'm definitely like a little bit stressed out, but I think as my Chinese improves, I'm feeling a lot more confident walking into places and saying one person usually. And then I think something that's really helpful when I'm with my Chinese friends, I've said to them like, can you let me speak? And then if I don't understand, they can help me understand. So yeah, I'm also like just making every effort to conversate where I can. Like yesterday, this guy that I like kind of know at the gym came up to me and we were just talking about life and like he can't speak English and I can like generally conversate now, which is kind of crazy in 2 months. But yeah, like obviously I've been working really hard on my Chinese, so jail. But yeah, if you've got any questions, comments, let me know. I'm gonna do some more vloggy style videos like this. So let me know if you like them. If not, we'll go back to the old style videos. Tell you guys how to pay the bill. So in Chinese, you can just go to the front. You can yell at me how, but you want to say 我可以买单吗? I can buy the bill. Dan? Dan to Dan menu. I don't know what Dan means by itself, but it's like that's how you ask. So I'm gonna go pay on Alipay and go home, and then I've got to go to work. So peace.